yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Alright, welcome in to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. WoodwardSports.com, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you guys tuning in here. It is our Lions pregame show for Woodward Nights. We've got all Lions for you. The Detroit Lions, your Detroit Lions, can clinch the NFC North on Sunday at 1 p.m. versus the Minnesota Vikings. That is a true, when I say that coming out of my mouth, it gives me chills. That is one of the most bizarre things. The Detroit Lions in Week 16 can clinch the NFC North. What a time. Think about that, fellas.
What a time to be alive, KG.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we've got a packed show for you guys. Obviously, all Lions. We're going to be breaking the game down 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock. We've got Jeff Iafrady, Hollywood from the Morning Woodward Show. It is called now, I think our segment's called Fridays with Jeff.
Fridays with Frady.
Fridays with Frady.
It can be Fridays with Jeff.
I like that. Either one. Hey, either one's great. He'll be joining us in studio to break down this Vikings game as well and talk about a couple other things. I've got a couple things to talk to Jeff about. The last time he was in here, him and Flannel were clowning me about saying Jahmyr Gibbs is better than Bijan Robinson. Since then, Jahmyr Gibbs has passed Bijan. So, hey, I've got to talk to him about that. After that, we're going to get into Inside the NFL, do our picks. We're probably going to take callers at 9:30 for this game. I said, Lions are about to clinch their first division in 30 years. We're going to start hearing from the people. We want to hear from you guys as we talk about them and enjoy this. We've got a packed house, though. Me, Booner, as always. Matthew Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter. KG.
Hello.
What up, though?
How we feeling today?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm feeling good. Got my mojo back, and like Drewski said, I only give a piss about nothing but the Lions.
Shout out Drewski, man.
I don't give a piss.
Nick. I won't say it.
I think the Red Wings just scored again, boys.
Did they really? 6?
No, it's 5-1 though. At the end of the first period, the Red Wings are absolutely dogging the Flyers right now. Exactly what we needed to see in a bounce back spot for the Red Wings. Patty Kane, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points in the first. Confer back on the board with a goal. Red Wings rolling early, just like we're rolling into the weekend on Woodward Nights, baby. Let's go.
Nick, man, you can't announce a goal and there not be a goal.
It's a joke because we put up 5 in the first period. We're on pace for 15 goals, Booner.
He might have just jinxed him. He's done this multiple times now. Nick,
I've done it too.
You have too, but Nick is like known for that now. Hey, what's the jersey, by the way, Nick? I like that
sidebar.
jersey.
Let's go. You guys know I had to pull it out for the night show for this battle. The sidebar. Downtown sidebar. Downtown Royal Oak, no free shout-outs.
Shout out. Hey, we've got Easy in the Maz chair. Can people hear you?
I don't know.
Yeah, people can hear you.
What up, though?
Hey, shout out.
Thank you for allowing me to sit in this chair. I appreciate being here, guys.
The last time you're on Woodward
Hey, you
Nights,
guys are hot riders. You've been
control.
whooping our asses this week.
We have. I did text you and say
you did.
But you got us
peeped
yesterday.
it.
You got us yesterday, though.
I peeped it.
It's just good to now we have a little sample size of like what it's like without Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, like a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, like yesterday doesn't count because Thursday night.
The games, man, compete with the NFL. It's a real. I didn't think it was before we started the show, and I kept pitching. I was like pitching 8 to 10, 8 to 10. Everyone was like, "Oh, Booner, like the NFL doesn't matter. Like you guys can like still do a show and get numbers." And I'm like, dude, I'm a little nervous. And then the NFL, like you can't compete with the.
Give me young.
You know, like sports movies or competitive movies when like the bad guys start losing, there's like infighting. I had to go out spinning yesterday. I'm like, look, dude, you bullshit a little too much. All right, Knights been whooping our ass. We got to get on our stuff.
We're causing a little chaos.
Little chaos.
I like that. I like that.
5 tutties, baby.
That's how good you've been. That's how good you've been.
It's good though. Competition's good, man. It keeps people locked in. It keeps
does.
all the boys going.
And
That's why I love it. Yeah, and we all love each other anyway.
Exactly.
The last time you guys were on the show though together, there was a little bit of a.
Hendon Hooker gets activated. Jared Goff throws 5 touchdowns. We talking competition. bringing out the best in each other.
Not wrong.
I'm just saying, throwing it out there.
Great point.
You know, this is what competition breeds competition. Is that the phrase?
Real quick, too, I just want to throw this out there. We were going to talk a little bit about the Pistons losing 25 straight. There were, and this is kind of not breaking, but because when I say breaking, Nick presses that button. This is not a button. Not a button-worthy breaking. This is not a button-worthy breaking. But last night during the Pistons game, I saw after the show, I drove home, started scrolling through social media, and saw there was a sell the team chance at LCA yesterday, fellas. And things were getting out of control a little bit. It looks like it's a quick downhill spiral right now.
Yeah. After, honestly, the heavyweights, they showed the clips of the first press conference, which I remember watching and just being like, okay, these guys, I'm just hoping they're respectfully
awkward,
old and savvy, just like not wanting to give the media any. They're just pretty.
It was bad.
With the context now of 3 months later, it was the most awkward press conference I've ever seen in my life.
Horrible.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Troy, they kept trying to ask Troy when Tom was sitting next to him, like, what do you think about this team, this, that? Troy just kept looking at Tom Gores like, you want to answer? You answer, man. We did a reel last night as well from us going off about the Pistons. I want to throw this out there. I was watching the reel in live time. Nick texted me at like midnight and was like, got the reel done. I sent it to you. Let's get it up tonight. And I'm like, all right, putting it up. And I start to watch it. And I thought it was going to be like out of nowhere, 10 seconds into the reel, it's just Nick just, these damn Pistons! And I was like, whoa! Like, he just added himself at the peak of his screaming, just randomly in the reel. Then
that's why he's a legend.
On the reel, his sweatshirt, it says choose kindness.
Oh, wow.
And so there was a lot of comments on there.
Horrible day to wear the sweatshirt, but I feel like it really captured how all of us feel as Pistons fans right now. I think I had the microphone in front of me, but I feel like it was everybody felt the same way about this Pistons team. So I felt like that was the right spot to put out there, especially myself doing it.
Hey, you're all good, man. I thought I was reading some of the comments of it, and I saw some people putting about your sweatshirt, and I was like, oh man, Nick.
Yeah, the horrible day to wear the choose kindness.
Choose kindness.
And he's sitting there screaming about that. I spent $3,000 on those tickets.
Well, if you look on the back of the swatshirt, it says until 25 straight losses, so he's good.
All right, yeah, they didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Couple things here real quick. The game last night, Rams Saints. I want to know, like, are we a little scared of this Rams team? Because that offense, like, I know it was the Saints. Offense, Puka Nacua looked good with Cooper Kupp. Kyron Williams.
Do you know who the bone crusher is?
No.
He ain't never scared. So there's no reason. There actually is a little bit.
But like, just think about that. Imagine if you're playing the Rams at home and that offense comes in there. It's going to be a shootout, man. And it's Jared Goff with Matthew Stafford's shootout at Ford Field. It's not like Matthew Stafford. Like, yeah, it's going to be loud for him. He's played there before a lot.
Yeah, but he hasn't had much success there.
But no, he's won. He just never had success in the postseason.
Right.
He's never played there in the postseason.
He's playing great, and that is the magic surrounding Matthew Stafford right now. That is the worry. But you match up teams to teams, and actually their weaknesses are our strengths, and actually their weaknesses are our weaknesses too. Like, their offensive line's kind of weak. There's a chance you can get pressure at Matty Stafford. You know, he's been known to throw a couple interceptions here and there, which he hasn't been recently. There's the balance to it.
He's still slinging it.
Yes,
man.
And their defense,
slinging it.
Their defense is streaky. They're young, and they've been playing. They've had good stretches playing well, but I don't fear them as much as some other teams in the running.
I was just thinking that, like, earlier today, like, who would you rather have in that first round matchup if you don't have a bye in the first round? Like the Seahawks, the Rams, the Vikings. Like, what's the order there? That's kind of what we're looking at now, right? Like, who's that matchup? Who do you want to have?
Would the Vikings have a chance at that spot if the Lions beat them twice?
No, we did talk about that yesterday. If the Detroit Lions get the 2 seed and they win out, Vikings probably don't make the playoffs. And that's why, too, I want to throw this out here before we get into Lions stuff and all of that. I want to, jeez, man.
Is that a hiccup?
That was a chihuahua.
What was that?
You all right, bro?
What just happened?
There were probably 2 more.
Chihuahua, bro. Someone, let's get it. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. You okay? All right, what I was saying, though, about that is the Lions. Before we get into all this stuff, I did want to bring up, too, real quick, because this whole thing with the Vikings, and I know on the heavies yesterday I put in the chat and Spenny got mad at me a little bit, but like, and Easy's kind of been on the side of like, this is going to be a battle in the dogfight, man. Like, think about this Vikings team. Like, let's really think about it for a second. Right now, the Detroit Lions hold their own destiny for a 2 seed, right? They can win out and get the 2 seed. The Minnesota Vikings basically control their own destiny when it comes to winning the division with the Lions. Because and I know it's not they control all of their destiny. The only thing they don't control is the Detroit Lions versus the Cowboys. But they all they have to do is win 3 out, and they need the Lions to. They just need to win 3 out, and they need the Lions to lose to the Cowboys. That's not like, and as much as we all think that's like. The Vikings are like, hey, we can go into Sunday. If we can win Sunday, put pressure on the Lions. If they lose to the Cowboys on Sunday, the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings are playing for the division in Ford Field. That's like this Sunday. Like, no one's talked about that because everyone's like, oh, we're going to win the division Sunday. We're going to get it done. I do have that faith, yes. But this Minnesota Vikings team, just like I said yesterday, they've played out of their 14 games, 13 of those games have been one-possession games. 13 have been one-possession games. Like, they're coming on Sunday to beat you, and they're not.
And that's just for this year?
That's just this year.
And they had, 11 or 12 last year that they did win, but, like, that team only plays one-score games.
And the Detroit Lions have not won in Minnesota since 2017.
Booner, everything you're saying right here, and you said it a little bit on the heavyweights, you're sounding a little
No. There's a difference between being scared and being realistic. I'm the Booner Path, the man of the people. I will be on the front line for the people, leading them to a division title, leading them to the Super Bowl. That is never going away. But my responsibility as a man for the people is to say, let's stay grounded and let's lock in and win this game Sunday. It's not about looking ahead. It's not about this. It's not about that. That's why when Spenny goes on the airwaves and says, oh, they can win by 2 touchdowns, they should go out there and dominate, this shouldn't be a problem Sunday. No, we're starting to get complacent. If the players heard that, they're going to get complacent and they're going to go out there and get beat by 40. Am I wrong? Anyone,
no.
Am I wrong?
I mean, we won't lose by 40.
But what I'm saying is, once you can't get complacent.
100%.
If you're up here like saying,
I don't think Dan's letting them.
No, Dan's not letting them. I'm just saying, as like some people want to say, like, oh, this is going to be a blowout. We're going to dominate. No. You're playing for a division now. Welcome to playing with the big dogs. I don't care if Nate Mullins is playing football on Sunday. They have dudes. That defense is they have dudes. Like, this is like, you guys show up Sunday. The thing I don't want to see is if it's a close game, oh, SOL. Because I've seen that in the chat before. And so I'm a man of the, you guys already know. Booner Path, I'm a man of the people. But I'm also, just like I went at Jared Goff, just like they call me a Goff Slappy, just like they call me Lion Slappy. I will tell it how it is. The Detroit Lions are going to be in for a fight on Sunday, and they're going to have to win a one-possession game. And they have to do it because if you look ahead, that pressure gets scary after. If you drop Sunday, that pressure gets like you have to go beat Dallas, or you're going to be playing for the division in Week 18, which you don't want to do.
Brian Flores is the real deal.
He is.
He's a head coach playing defensive coordinator. Everything that happened with him in Miami, a whole bunch of craziness. But he is an elite defensive coordinator, if not the best in the league, one of the best. Brian Flores has that team right. They lost players. They lost leaders of that defense from last year that won the division. And he's just they didn't really replace them with superstars. He's just gotten the most out of the players that he has. I think, how do I say this? A lot of what Brian Flores does, I know a lot of Lions fans have almost hoped that Aaron Glenn would be able to get some of that juice out of his younger players. Let Aiden Hutchinson be the Danielle Hunter of this team. And that hasn't happened. So that just kind of adds to the storyline. But Brian Flores, he's got that team ready. And some of the things he does makes it tricky for quarterbacks. So Jared Goff and that offense, they got to have a good game plan from the start.
Do you want to know something that Brian Flores can't stop? KG, could you throw that video of the practice video?
Wrinkles.
I want you guys to see this. This is something else. The offensive linemen, they're out there, and these offensive linemen are catching passes at practice. They're getting ready for Sunday.
Decker. 63. Yodi, 74. Benet.
Benet did catch that ball, by the way. I cut it off early on accident. If you guys didn't notice, you could hear Broder in the background going, "That's Yodi, Penne,
I didn't know
Decker."
I didn't know you were going to keep the sound, but the last time I got the offensive lineman, some of them wear, like Taylor Decker wears his jersey up so you can't see the numbers. So I was just like, oh, I got to.
So you can
yeah, so I could go back.
That kind of went viral today. ML Football, they all posted that video.
Oh, yeah.
So your voice is all over the nation.
I wonder who got that video.
The voice. What? Your boy.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Posted on Woodward Sports Network Twitter.
Shout out.
Let's go.
Go give him a follow. Give the boys a follow. Yeah, hey, we're going to get into this, though. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're diving into it. 8:15, we've got the Lions injury report, Dan Campbell press conference, and I've got some questions for Broder as well, being in Allen Park. 8:30, we're going to talk the matchup and keys to victory. 8:45, give out our game balls and people who needs to step up for Sunday. And 9 o'clock, Fridays with Jeff. Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's.
Tell them.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for men. Coming here for an award-winning haircut. I'm looking at it right now. My mullet, I'm getting it cut on Tuesday. Just had the conversation. I'm coming here, and we're going to keep that mullet rolling. Register to win a trip of your dreams for an all-expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. Jack Labrador. Drafting is a complicated business in professional sports. Shout out to John Hughes for these draft picks. Would you take Jamarcus Russell over Kelvin Johnson? Tim Couch over Donovan McNabb? Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker? Jack Labrador should be your #1 overall stocking stuffer pick. This year, 1 deck, 3 games, fun for the whole family, less than $20. You'll love your Jack Labrador pick more than you love Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's hard to do. So just draft like Brad Holmes. Draft at jacklabrador.com now or scan the QR code above.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. We host it with Bullseye Event Group in shed number 5 of Eastern Market. It's always a bash. We got food, we got drinks, we got entertainment. It is all included. You just got to buy your ticket at bullseyeeventgroup.com.
Bullseye!
Young money.
Lions, baby. We are back. Welcome into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Whenever you're watching it out, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for us. Should I do the deal again today, fellas?
Do it.
150 likes. If we hit 150 likes, what I will do, and if you DM me on Twitter once we get to 150 likes, I will pick one winner, and I will put $25 down on the Booner's lay of the day on Sunday for the Lions game that we have for our watch party. And if it hits, you'll get all the money from that $25 parlay. Last week it was plus 600, and it hit, so you would probably want about 180 bucks, somewhere around that. Don't want to. Let's get to 150, and someone will have a chance to win some money.
And the man never lost.
And I never lose. Booner doesn't lose, man. We need to get that old commercial back too, by the way. The one of
the betting one?
Booner Bets, yeah.
Loved it.
We should get that back. Yeah,
I made that.
Shout out. We should go back and get that. I love that.
Never lost.
Lorena said, Booner, there won't even be 150 viewers. There will be.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Everyone go tell someone about the show, hit the like button, and go share the stream with someone so we all have a chance at winning that money there. Let's get this thing rolling, Broder. Let's talk about it.
Like Fred Durst.
Yes, whatever that means. Yes, sir. Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings matchup. Lions have not won a game in Minnesota since 2017. Fighting for the division now. First division in 30 years. First NFC North title ever. Never won the NFC North. Massive matchup. Huge matchup. Just like I said in the opener, to me, this is almost, I said last week was a must win. I hate doing that because I said last week it was, and I said only 2 or 3 times a year. But when you're playing for a division, I think, and then you have the Cowboys, and then you have that same team after that, I think to get it out of the way and to win the division so you can move on and get ready for the playoffs, I think it's a must win almost.
Yeah, have you ever been to Cold Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the size they have, like it, love it, gotta have it. These Lions gotta have it.
I love
gotta
that.
have it. It's not a must win because it doesn't knock them out of the playoffs. But it's one of those that this is such a good opportunity to go into Minneapolis where they're the defending NFC North champions. You can snatch that trophy, snatch that title right out of their hands,
battle, man.
right in front of them. It's going to be a good game.
Is there a trophy for it?
I said trophy. I actually said that on Armani and Edwards earlier. I said the word trophy. I don't know if there's an NFC North trophy, but you get the title of being the champion. So
we should make one for them.
We should.
It should just have like
a picture
of our face.
Yes.
Okay.
Booner and Broder.
Yeah.
And then we just include the booth. We got KG. We got Nick. Yes. You can go into Minnesota, the land of Prince, and you can steal the NFC North title away from the Vikings. It's one of those. This is a chance that not many Detroit teams have had the chance to do this. Now the opportunity is right in front of them. Like you said in the opener, they control their own destiny. They got an opportunity to do something special, unite this city, and especially we were talking Pistons, the lead. The Lions are everything right now. Actually, the Wings are looking pretty darn good.
No, they're not because it was 5-1 since Nick gave out a free goal, and now it's 5-3.
Yeah.
This man is a walking jinx, man.
There you go, Nick. Honestly, you just blame me for everything that bad happens, but that's okay, Boone. I'll take it. You want to blame somebody? I'll take it. It's Friday. We're good by
Nick
Friday.
Is
Let's go.
Just stop jinxing. Not in a great mood. Bad mood, Nick, today on Friday.
Great mood.
I think Nick's in a great mood.
Oh, he is. I love Nick. Look at it. Hey, Nick, one more time. Can we see Nick? Look at that stash.
Let's go, Red Wings. Come on, let's go. Patty Kane, 3 more points. Let's go.
Real quick, too, I do want to do this, too. Kind of crazy news coming out of Allen Park today is the injury report. KB.
Yep, got it. I'm pulling you up right now.
KG, let's throw that up because CJ Gardner-Johnson out.
Yeah.
On Sunday. There was someone we're wondering, like, will CJ play? Dan today in his press conference said he's been looking really good in practice, so maybe nope, he is a no-go on Sunday. They officially announced him and as well as Jerry Jacobs. Both would be out. A lot of people might be like, why is Jerry Jacobs a big deal? Jerry's a good, when he's not playing corner 2, he's a good guy.
Decker. 63. Yodi, 74. He doesn't show up on the stat sheet too often, but he's a reliable tight end. You've heard the word reliable come out of Allen Park and the coaches in their press conference. He's one of those. And then Jared Goff has hit him for some big plays. Not only last year, that Jets game, but also the Chargers. He looks for Brock Wright. He's one of those reliable offensive people.
Yeah, and then if you look there as well, Derek Barnes, kind of a big piece on defense still.
Yeah.
He's a big piece on defense. He's doubtful. And there was that stat a little while back about the doubtful. If you're doubtful, I think there's been like 2 or 3 players in the last, how many years that have actually made an active roster on a Sunday. And then you see here, and Broder, I'll let you do the Vikings one here because you were talking about that at the beginning of the show.
Yes. But real quick, just to finish off the Lions, the fact that Penei Sewell and Frank Ragnar are playing, that's
huge.
the most important thing of that entire report. Huge, especially with the pass rush that the Vikings have. But you look at the Vikings report, this is where it gets interesting because Where is it? Brian O'Neill, their starting right tackle. He's questionable. I sort of doubt he plays. I haven't talked to a doctor or anything, but he missed last week. I think it was a pretty severe sprained ankle. They have Quisenberry, their backup. He's sort of he can play both tackle position, or he's kind of like a Yodi or a skipper, I should say. He can play a couple different positions. So Aiden Hutchinson might have a little easier matchup to go against. Also, you look at Ivan Pace Jr. He is a stud rookie linebacker who's been getting even more time out there on the field with Jordan Hicks being out. Jordan Hicks is questionable, but they're both questionable. Those are big losses. And you think Alexander Madison, we don't expect him to play, but he moved up to questionable. I don't think he's one you fear, but he is their number one running back ahead of Tyson Chandler or Ty Chandler.
Yep.
They just got some guys, even Byron Murphy being out. That's huge. It's one of those things. Now the Lions, they just got to go take care of business. I know we've been this is a long-winded answer to say our offensive line is healthy, and that's really all that matters. And that's what this game is going to come down to.
And I know a lot of people, it was like a lot of questions. It felt like every single post I put on Woodward Sports last week with CJ coming back was, is he going to be playing? Is he going to be playing? Is CJ back Sunday? And in a lot of our chat, like we've heard that all week. Now knowing he's not, I put a tweet out there, Broder, and I was like, all right, he's not coming back this week, but they're talking about how great of a practice he's been having this week. I think this sets it up for him to get another week of recovery and Dallas to be a full go. And as crazy as that sounds, and I know you did say maybe he won't be at 80% or 90% in Dallas. I think there's a chance, like we said it yesterday, man, if CJ, like, I think he's at 80% now. Like, I think he, like, even game shape, I don't see a guy like him to go through all of that rehab and not be staying in shape and working. Like, I feel like he's still been in shape. Because even with the pec, you can still run, right? Like, you could still stay in shape. So I don't see how he didn't. And as much as, you know, kind of what we hear from him, he's a leader, and he leads from the front. I think he would have came back from that pec injury ready to go. I think now that he has an extra week outside of Minnesota, I think you're going to see that man, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, in Dallas, and it's going to be a huge piece in what basically is going to be a playoff matchup for the Detroit Lions.
Definitely. Like Corey Berry said in the chat, some participation by C.J. GJ is encouraging for next week. And I agree. I think even if he might actually end up being 90 to 100% by next week, I think they might only play him like 50% of the snaps, or only, you know, a couple series on defense to not just get his legs under him, get in game shape, which is part of it, but like you said, with the upper body and upper extremity injury, he can still stay in running cardiovascular shape. But what he needs to do, he needs to hit people, and he needs to get hit.
He needs to feel that again.
Let his body recover, because that first time, and hopefully they're hitting a little bit in practice, which they do less of as the season goes on. But he needs to feel some hits, and he needs to go through that recovery process so that he doesn't lead to another injury.
Do you know what I heard that I loved the other day? I was watching some YouTube videos of Julian Edelman and watching some of his documentary stuff about throughout his path with the Patriots. And when he came off his injury, something that he said, and especially too, and it wasn't even off injuries, it was just every week, that he says, like, getting back when you're in the season and you're not hitting during the week and all of that, he was like, you just have to go out there on a Sunday and just go after someone and just lay one hit on, and as soon as you get that first hit, you're back. And nothing else matters. Like, that's the way to get in that game shape. And there was actually a video of him doing that in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, you're off for weeks, you're practicing, you're out of that loop there. And there was a video of him in the Super Bowl versus who was the second guy in the secondary on this, was it the Seahawks maybe?
Chancellor.
I think it was Chancellor, and it was like instantly. It was like very first play of the game. He was like Cam Chancellor. Like, it was like. He's one of the biggest hitters in the league, and he was like, right away, I had to just go up against him, lowered my shoulder, like closed my eyes, and he was like, I just laid the hit, and I got dominated. But right after that, he was like, we're going, and they went on, and he went to go dominate in that game. So I think CJ, once he's back, that's going to be kind of the case. It's once he lays that first hit, that man's back, and he's back to old C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I did real quick, just because Sunday's the division and potential division winner, Dan Campbell did have some things to speak on it. Dan was on the 0-16 team. He has been in Detroit through its ups and downs. So he did speak in the press conference today. And KG, it's the most recent one that I sent, not the easy one, but the one that I put in there. He spoke in regards to kind of what it's like to win this division here and what it means. And obviously, you don't want these guys to have that pressure, but just knowing, being in the city as long as he has and in his past, This man, Dan Campbell, knows exactly what this means, Broder. Well, you were there in Allen Park today, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you feel that coming off of him? Like, hey, we know what's in the air right now.
Oh yeah, he talked about a lot of the guys even on this team aren't old enough to remember or to just have experienced like the consistent Lions losing, but he does, and he's not exactly spreading that message, but I think he's letting them know how important this is to the city.
You have to let them know. They have to have that feeling.
Let them
it's
know.
like
Let them
you're
know.
playing
Let
for a
them know.
championship.
Let
It's
them
like
know.
it's like being in the Super Bowl and them not being like, hey, don't think about it. But no, you're playing for a Super Bowl. Like, it's like you're playing for a championship, but hey, don't think about it. Here's Dan talking about kind of winning the potential first division in 30 years.
I mean, you've been a player here. You understand it. How excited people are to try to clinch this division title, but just not carrying the weight of the past. How do you express that?
And we're back.
We're back. I don't know. That might be on my end, to be honest.
No, I got you right here.
We got
How
it.
about this?
Yeah, I think it's no, they don't. No, I understand. I understand. I definitely do. And I think that's what a lot of this is about. But we are a young team, and most of these guys weren't even born last time that they won a division. So it's not. But I think they also understand how special it'll be. You're telling me we can be a division winner first time in 30 years for an organization. That's special. I don't care how you cut it. And so whatever perspective you take, it's still special. So I think that's the message. And they understand that. And look, we want this, but I would tell you, Minnesota wants this division too, and they're going to be ready to go, and so we got our hands full, but I like where we're at.
Hey, you guys hear there at the end real quick? Nick coming at me for saying I was scared. You guys remember what I was saying earlier about how Minnesota, they kind of control their own destiny to win the division as well? And you heard Dan there say, hey, they know what this means, they know what it's about, but we still have to be locked in because Minnesota, they want to win this division still too, and they can still do it because they play you 2 out of 3 games.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes.
Thank you, Dan.
I will beat your ass.
So I'm just like I said, as a man of the people, I'm standing on the front line saying, here's the deal, fellas. This is what's happening. Let's stay grounded here. Let's win it before we start celebrating. I saw a picture at a Walmart or a Meijer that they already. And they weren't supposed to. They put it out early on accident, and they weren't supposed to. But they got a shipment in. My guess, it was just to be safe if they win Sunday to put them out on Monday morning. But they put out NFC North champions shirts for the Detroit Lions yesterday, and they haven't clinched yet, and they haven't won. And it was going viral. It was all over. I can't remember.
East Lansing.
In East Lansing.
You can't make this up.
You don't like that, Broder?
What?
You
like it?
You don't like that pick?
No, you can't put it out before the game.
Yeah, that's a bad.
They sold them before they won the division.
The manager of that Meijer has never played a sport or watched a sport in his life. That is the worst mistake you can make.
It's
and of course it came out of EL.
It's bulletin board for them.
Yeah, dude, it is so obvious that we got this shipment in for next week if they do win it, and if they don't, it's for when they do, if they do. The fact that they put them out before they won the division, Nick, for you to ask saying you don't like that, now I know how you.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Now I know how you jinx so many games because you're okay with that.
Broder was shaking his head. I wanted to give him his props, little dig to East Lansing there.
It was just
being
crazy
a Michigan
to me.
man himself. But I mean, I'm just confident that we're going to win these next 3 games, or win Minnesota this game. I'm going to start with that.
They need to take those off the racks.
Roll, baby.
Get those shirts off the racks.
Remove the hat, says Eduardo O'Neill. Shipcott says, don't jinx it. You can't jinx it.
You can't.
You had one job. You had one job.
Don't pass go. Don't collect 200, man.
Yeah, collect the 200 before you pass go. You're going to lose, man. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Oh, man.
Amateur hour.
You're brutal. All right.
How about that Lions pregame, Booner?
Let me tell you guys, Lions pregame show, check it out. It will be this Sunday from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. It will be Jeff Ifrady, Braylon Edwards, and myself, and we'll have the booth guys, KG and Mike Gentry as well. Make sure you guys check that out this Sunday from 9:30 to 11:30 on the Woodward Sports YouTube page. And then head over to Big Boy, man. Go get yourself some breakfast, some lunch, some dinner. Wintertime in Detroit, it is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. And if you want some breakfast, the stuffed potato pancakes, they are back. They have the classic lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, and also they have the new apple pie hotcakes. They are too good to miss. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Make sure you stop over by your local Big Boy today.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand, you offer more products to more people. That's what Les Stanford did by adding by adding Les Stanford, Buick GMC. They got the same great service that customers have come to know and trust and expect. Located on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. It is lesstanford.com, where you can find the brand you want.
All right, welcome back into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Everything you're watching it on. Wings are up 5-3 right now. If you guys can, hit that like button for us. If we get to 150 likes, I will give a free $25 parlay for the Booner lay of the day on the Lions game on Sunday. And then if it hits, you win all of that money there, and I will send it to you. So make sure you guys, let's hit that like button. I know, so Lorena said, hey, Booner, it's not even going to get to 150 viewers. Guess what? We're at 151. So if everyone hits the like button right now,
take a moment to stop.
You guys DM me on Twitter, and I'll pick a winner. That's just how it's going to work. So appreciate you guys. We're going to get into this Lions-Vikings matchup still, kind of stick with it here, Broder. Biggest thing we do on Fridays, we always do this. We always do keys to victory. And it's typically, sometimes they're the same. At least my number one is always the same. And I'm going to start us off here with keys to victory. In the chat, everyone drop your biggest key for the Detroit Lions to win on Sunday.
Major key.
And the major key. And to win the division. Let's see what you have to do to kind of clinch that division. I'm going to go with number one, though. I've said this 3 straight Fridays. Win the turnover battle. And in the last 2 weeks, guess what they did?
Won the turnover battle.
Not the last 2 weeks.
Last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
1-0. I know it wasn't crazy. That one turnover made a bit of a difference. And at the end of the day, Kirby almost had another one that almost made a difference. Things started happening right there. I see Jeff Alfredi just walked in the building over there, gave me a big smile.
Hollywood Hefe.
Hollywood is in the building. Hollywood is in the building.
Hollywood!
I'm gonna stick with that turnover things, though, because I still would love someone to send me a stat where it's what is NFL teams' records when they win the turnover battle, because it has to be above 80%.
Oh, you know it.
Yes.
It's the oldest cliche in football.
It is. And it's like, especially when you're on the road, to win on the road, that's a big thing. Is if on the road to win the division, if you can go out there and get takeaways and Jared Goff can take care of the ball, there's no chance of you losing that football game. Zero chance. Get those extra possessions and don't give them any extra possessions. You will win this football game. I can promise you that. And you know what? With Nathan Mullins playing and him having those weapons, they don't have Madison on Sunday, right? What is he, questionable?
Questionable.
He probably won't play. So now it's just all going to TJ Hawk, Jordan Addison, and Justin Jefferson. Someone go get a couple takeaways. Kirby, give me one. I almost said C.J. Garner-Johnson, but I can't wait till he's back out there because he is a ball hawk.
ZZZ Lion says no turnovers. Freddie Felt says no turnovers. That is a true number one key to this matchup. I'm going to go at, and I'm going to follow Phil. I'm going to follow Shift God. I think I saw Denver Blair in there. I'm going to go right at the Minnesota Vikings' strength. I'm going to say run the ball. Let's get to it and let's stick to it. I think that is a strength of their team, but it's also what opens up everything to our offense also. Not that our offense still can't score without the run game, but if we can establish that from the start, it changes up everything Brian Flores can do, everything Danielle Hunter can do, predicting what's going to come. If we can get into that play-action pass, it could be a long day for that banged-up Minnesota Vikings secondary.
You want to know what's crazy?
What?
My number two?
Number 2.
I wrote this down. Establish the run, establish the run, establish the run.
Mm-hmm. Boom,
I know
boom.
in Easy, I was on the heavyweights for a little bit. Easy brought up a very good point. This is one of the top 5 rush defenses in the NFL, but then he started breaking down to me the running the teams that they've gone up against with their running backs and what they gave up and kind of those like where those teams rank in the run. And a lot of those teams that they've played in the run are similar to us. They're all in the 20s.
Yep.
They're all at the bottom half of the NFL. You have one of the best run offenses in the NFL. Your offensive line is 5-0 since they're all when they're all healthy, and you have the best running back duo in the NFL. I think all week we've all been talking about let Jared Goff air the ball out. They have a great run defense. And then today, I think we all came to the realization, and I hope Ben Johnson did this on Tuesday, and realized, no, we need to do what we did to start the game versus the Bears on the road. Run the ball.
Run it.
And don't go away from it like we did in the Bears. Run the ball on the road, take the time of possession off the clock, and go dominate and dominate and dominate. I think the run game, to be honest, fellas, is going to be key. And I did the Jahmyr Gibbs legacy play 2 straight weeks. I almost might do 3 just because of that. Because I think that they need to just give the rock to those guys, and it'll open the whole thing up.
Burgosaurus says, I think if we run for over 200, we win. I would definitely agree with that. My second key to victory is something. This might sound crazy for a Lions defense saying something like this. We need to get their quarterback to use his feet. So you need to get pressure. This is from Detroit Supremacy. Get pressure on Nick Mullins. Make him uncomfortable. Nick Mullins actually played pretty well against the Cincinnati Bengals. I see your notes over there. He played decent against the Cincinnati Bengals, but they forced him into 2 disastrous plays, 2 horrible interceptions, and that was the difference. Nick Mullins, although Josh Dobbs and his legs were scary for a couple weeks there, Nick Mullins is most like Kirk Cousins. He most fits into this offense, which wants to push the ball down the field through the air to a healthy Justin Jefferson, to Jordan Addison, to TJ Hawkinson. So we got to make him uncomfortable. Use his feet. I'm not saying let him run free. He's not a runner, but I'm saying just make him uncomfortable in the pocket. Get some pressure on him.
I know. I think all of us here, and as soon as you said KG was like, "Yep." And my third one here, key to the victory, was literally I put in here: disrupt Nick Mullins. Don't give him a chance to get the ball to one of those weapons. Mm-hmm. Do not let him get that chance. The defensive line last week, the Lions, they looked decent. They didn't look like they did in the past. Like, they were out there actually with a little bit of an edge to them. The linebackers, they looked like that when they were going to the quarterback. AG, he was out there scheming stuff up to get pressure on the quarterback. That looked like we want to see on Sunday, because if you disrupt Nick Mullins, they're going to be they're going to look like last week's Broncos offense that had trouble all night long trying to get the ball and get it down the field, and they couldn't until the second half. Broncos didn't score till the second half. And I think that's something, if you do it the right way and AG steps up here and that defensive line steps up.
And the Broncos had Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine. Alexander Madison is out or questionable. Ty Chandler, who actually had a pretty good game also, he's young. We got to force Nick Mullins into it. We got to.
Shout out in the chat, Ryan Kincaid. It is confirmed. He said, good show, guys, today, guys. Appreciate that, Ryan. It is confirmed as well. I did confirm it. He is not related to Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, there you go.
Had to make sure. KG, Nick, you guys, what are you guys' number one key to victory here going into Sunday? To win the division, too.
Yeah, to win this division, I mentioned it earlier, you're going to need big players to make big plays. And I talked about Aiden Hutchinson having 3 sacks against the Ohio State Buckeyes the first time that they won the game in the Big Ten Championship since 2004. So I'm calling a big game for Hutch, having a big day for the first time the Lions win this division since 93. Let's go. Aiden Hutchinson shows up in a big way against the Minnesota Vikings when this team needs it the most. KG, who you got?
Well, my key is I think we should air it out, actually. And I understand not saying don't run the ball, but you use the run to set up the play action, and that's where the Vikings are going to be vulnerable. Jake Browning went up and put up 327 last week, and I know Jared Goff is no Jake Browning, but, you want to see Jared Goff have a really good game.
Yeah.
He goes out there, he's gonna be able to use the play action, take advantage of that secondary that's very weak, and he should have a really good game. I'm seeing at least 250 to 300 for us.
See, that's what I was saying all week. I remember a couple days ago, I was like, I want to see that 300 yards, 2 touchdowns out of Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I do think there's like that side to where I feel like everyone talks about to where it's like if you with this run game, it could set so much up for Jared Goff. Like it opens everything up. Like if you have a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs now who's leading the league in yards per carry, it's a game changer. Like it's a legit game changer.
He might be getting some yards after the catch too. It's a defense. The Vikings defense. How crazy is this stat? They lead the NFL in rushing 6 defenders and rushing 3 defenders. So they hang out at both of the extremes.
Doesn't it worry you a little bit with Jared Goff?
Yes.
Like him and the pressure.
That's all Brian Flores does. He tries to get in the mind of the quarterback. It's a lot like a pitcher trying to outmaneuver a hitter. You got 5 or 6 guys rushing the quarterback. It's like your fastball, but then when you least expect it, they pull those guys back and they rush 3, and that's like your changeup. Danielle Hunter actually has, I think, if not half of his sacks, just over half of his sacks, rushing from 3. Rushing as one of the 3 defenders when they drop 8 back and rush 3. Danielle Hunter has, I think it's 7 or 8 sacks in that scenario. He's relentless. That's what makes him so good. He's talented, but he is relentless. So when they rush 3, which means the quarterback has more time, Danielle Hunter just won't give up. But when they rush 5 or 6, that's when Jared Goff needs to make a quick decision. It's going to be a big day. There's going to be a lot of space in the middle for St. Brown and Laporta, but we also want to look for David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs coming out of the backfield. And when that pressure's coming, dump it off to Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm interested to see a Jared Goff on Sunday. I'm interested to see Jared Goff Sunday. I want to see with this pressure, Brian Flores, I saw the stats on the heavies, and I saw stats as well, other people around the city putting those out. I'm interested to see Jared Goff versus Brian Flores. All right, let's hit break. When we come back, we're going to keep this ball rolling here. We're going to talk about a couple players that we feel like should have big games. We kind of touched on a couple already, and I think we can expand a little bit more on it. Real quick, Woodward and Maine, make sure you guys check them out. That is with Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster. That will be this Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. before the game, right before the pregame show, and then Tuesday 7 a.m. on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Yes, and you can experience the Dispo difference this Christmas season because Dispo is giving away TV and 2 $100 gift cards in store twice a week at participating locations for the month of December. Nobody does it like the Dispo family, so you can unwrap the joy of Dispo Dispensary every week. Join them in celebrating for the holidays at Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss analysis. Join Maz, Dick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Drafting is a complicated business in professional sports. Mitchell Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes. Jamarcus Russell again over Kelvin Johnson. Tim Couch over Donovan McNabb. Crazy. Let me help you out. Jack Labrador should be your #1 overall stocking stuffer pick this year. They got one deck, 3 games, under $20. Fun for the entire family. You'll love your Jack Labrador pick more than you love Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs, and that is hard to do. Draft like Brad Holmes. Draft at jacklabrador.com or scan the QR code above.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you guys can, real quick, hit that like button for us. We are doing a little thing here, a Booner special. If we hit 150 likes here by the end of the show, I will give a free $25 parlay for the Booner's Lay of the Day. I'll place it myself on Sunday for my parlay that is hit last week, plus 600. So hit that like button right now. Hit the like button. Let's get to 150 here. I'm looking to hear at Hollywood here. He's a little early for his segment. He's just walking around the studio.
He's just vibing out, yeah.
He does own the place, though, right? Like,
yeah,
he does own the place. Oh yeah, we don't want to show. We don't want to show those.
No free shout out.
No free shout outs.
No free shout out.
Yeah.
Busting with the boys.
We're not giving those out.
Or is that a shout out? No free shout out. Taylor Lewan can have all the free shout outs he wants.
Shout out Taylor. Met him a couple weeks ago. Great dude, by the way. Great guy.
Had some fun in college.
Yeah,
I would love to hear that.
Had some fun a couple weeks ago. I'm just kidding. I didn't. I don't know what that was.
Memories.
Okay. Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings, though. Whoa, that was loud.
Yeah, my fault. I've never done that. I apologize.
You're good. Let's get into this, though. Game balls for Sunday. We're not giving them out. Well, we are, but we're kind of predicting who we think will get them on each side of the ball, offense and defense. We want to kind of see where we think, and I think this gives a good idea of where we feel like this game's going to go. And, Broder, I'll start with you on the offensive side because I don't know who you have. So
Ben Johnson.
That's your game ball, really?
Yeah, I mean, he is the most important part, and I won't give a very long answer with this one, but he's the key to this all. Brian Flores is the single thing that worries me or that gives me pause for a reason why the Lions can't go in and just dominate, because he's that good of a DC. So it's a chess match. Ben Johnson needs to come on top. The Vikings Bandit, none of that. Ben Johnson needs to win this match. No, I was trying to think, how do you use the Queen's Bandit and Viking? It kind of rhymes, but you know what I'm saying. Ben Johnson needs to win that chess match.
Okay, no, I like that. I was a little surprised at first because I wasn't. I was like just thinking players. I'm gonna go a unit here. So technically, I could go
a Randy Johnson.
I'm gonna go a unit. I'm going to go the offensive line.
That is a Randy Johnson.
I'm going to go the offensive line.
That is a Randy.
At the end of the game, I think when the game's over, Dan Campbell holds up. He does his post game, and he looks at the whole offensive line, Nick Fairley, and all of them, and says, "This is your guys' game ball."
Nick Fairley,
isn't it?
Hank Fairley.
Nick
Fairley was the defensive tackle with Sue out of Auburn.
That's an easy mix-up, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I was like, whoa, like Nick Fairley. You know why I thought of that was because the other day I was thinking of him because when Bugs picked up the fumble for a touchdown, Nick Fairley, I was talking about him this week because of all of his. He had like multiple times where he got an interception or a fumble picked up and ran it for a touchdown.
Yerp.
Yeah, and he was elite at it. But no, I'm going to go the whole offensive line here, just because. Listen, there's two sides to this, 2 different sides. The first side is the run game. And like KG said, you have to set that run up to set up the play action and getting the ball out there for Jared Goff. But I think the run game going up against this defense, I think the offensive line, them being healthy, they're 5-0 being healthy. I think making it 6-0 and them dominating up front, staying healthy and dominating in the run game, that's huge. That is what your offense, like this whole game on offense is going to be predicated off what they do in the run game to start the game. Number 2, is when they do pass the ball, this offensive line, they have to be able to contain Danielle Hunter. Whether it's Penei Sewell or if he's on the other side going up against the Taylor Decker. You have to contain him. You have to give Jared Goff time. We've already talked about these blitzes. If they send 6, they're the best in the league. If they send 3, they're the best in the league. This offensive line will predicate how good this defense or this offense does with that. And I think everything on Sunday starts with those 5 guys. And I truly believe that. I think they'll get the job done. And I think they're going to dominate on Sunday. And at the end of the game, Dan's going to look all of them in the eye and say, this game ball is yours. You guys are the reason why we just won this division.
I love it.
KG, Nick, who do you guys have offensively?
I'll go. I got Jared Goff. It's gonna come down to JG, man. Division on the line. What you gonna do? What you gonna show us, man? It's been a lot of talk about his play up to this point, but overall, he's put us in a pretty good spot, you would say. Yeah, man, and I think he's gonna go out there, have a great game, be consistent, no turnovers, and deliver us this division win, man. So I'm giving my game ball to Jared Goff.
I love that. Nick?
He scored his first touchdown against them last year. And that man got 7 targets last game against the Denver Broncos, and he had 4 receptions. That offensive line, like you said, is going to give Jared Goff the time to give this guy big plays. I think he gets 2 of them. 2 big plays for Jameson Williams is the difference in this game.
I love that.
J-Mo absolutely shows out. 7 targets. You know the confidence is getting there with Goff and him. He shows up big in Minnesota. J-Mo, 2 big catches, going to be the difference maker in this game.
I called
game
that
ball.
earlier today on the morning show. I think J-Mo's in for a good game. This could be.
So.
Hey,
I hope so.
If they get to blitzing too much and JG gets that ball off quick enough, look for J-Mo to have a good game. I want them to keep targeting him and keep that momentum going that we've seen, man. If you give him more targets, you see what he can do.
He needs JG just gets an extra second. Like, do you guys remember that one where everyone was like he underthrew him? If you guys go watch back, like he just has someone in his face, he can't get all the way back to be able to launch it. And that is the issue with a guy like JG is in Goff is like he doesn't have that power like Mahomes or Allen to where he doesn't need to go all the way back. He can just sling it. If the offensive line can give him that extra second, and J-Mo gets that time, that's when you don't see Jared Goff underthrow it. That's when you see him that one. I think it was a week ago. Overthrow Jared.
Yeah, about
J-Mo.
a week ago.
So I would love to see J-Mo go off on Sunday again.
Yeah.
After following up a 4-catch game with like 100 yards and a touchdown. I don't think anyone. I think we all would love to see that. How did Flannel react to that in the morning?
Oh well, I mean, you already know how Flannel think about J-Mo, but
that's how he reacted to.
Well,
I love that drop.
It's exactly what they're going to try to do on the other side, or what the Lions need to do with Aiden Hutchinson going against David Quisenberry, possibly
What a
Brian
name.
O'Neill. Yeah, no, they're starting right tackle Brian O'Neill, like we talked in the injury segment. He's questionable with the knee
What a
injury.
name.
He's been playing at a Pro Bowl level, and I don't expect him to play. I was surprised to see him questionable, but he's very good. They got David Quisenberry filling in, and this could be the time for Aiden. He really steps up and not just gets a sack. This could be one of those times where he sort of lets loose. We've been seeing him get help the last couple weeks. It's been slowly but surely. He's been getting a little more. Bruce Irvin, Josh Paschal, John Kaminsky has had a couple big games. So I don't know. There's a lot going on. This could be. We could have said it every single week, but this could be the week.
The Hutch breaks out.
That Hutch breaks out.
I want to ask a question real quick with the offense, real quick, before we move on to the defense.
Oh, okay.
I know
Sorry.
no, you're good. I just saw it in the chat here. It reminded me.
From
Should we
who?
bet J-Mo touchdown?
Already
so.
on it, Booner.
What's the line?
Already on
I don't
it.
know what it is. I saw a couple people in the comments be like J-Mo TD.
I think it was like plus 4 or 5.
He gets whatever, like when he gets the rock, he gets them.
Yeah.
He didn't last week and he got the rock. Maybe this week is like that week that's due. And versus the Vikings last year.
I do think he gets behind the defense at least once, but I could see one of his short
Might be the-
intermediate passes blowing up for like 40 or 50
That
yards.
might be the Booth special this Sunday.
Yes,
That might be the
sir.
Booth special this Sunday.
I like it.
I can't remember where I saw it, but the Vikings. I know we're going to defense, but on the offensive end, they've only allowed, and I hope this is correct, 1 rush over 20 yards all season. How crazy is that? I mean,
That's
this is
crazy.
what Jahmyr Gibbs.
And
This is
Jahmyr
what
Gibbs has the most in the NFL.
Yeah, the Lions lead the NFL, so this is a little battle we got going on.
I'm just going to stick defense. We'll go through this quick, too, because you said Hutch is your guy. I'm going to go Hutch as well. And the reason I say that is
He's one of my guys.
We've seen Aiden Hutchinson multiple times disrupt the game. Like that first Chicago game when they came back and won, he was the one that made the play at the end for that safety to win it. I think this is a game for Hutch to win the division. Your best defensive player has to step up. Whether he gets a sack or not, I want to see him get pressures and pressures that are meaningful. A pressure that forces Nate Mullins into an interception, that forces him to fumble the ball, that forces him to get sacked by the other side of the ball, Levon Zerike or one of the Quora brothers, or Bruce Irvin. I want to see Hutch, whether he has a sack or not, disrupt this game in a different way that you see other guys around the league at that level do that. That's what I want to see out of Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got another defender, but do you guys, Boot Boys, want to? Do you have a defensive matchup? Or are you good?
I mean, it starts with Sutton versus.
That's the guy.
Let's go.
JJ.
Expand on it, please, because I know Sutton is your guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have anything you want to say before
that was the one I was going to take. I said it this morning. Cam Sutton has to be physical with Justin Jefferson. They're going to go to the air. It's the only way they can really score points in this game. It's not going to be through the run game. So you have to man up Justin Jefferson as best you can. Don't let him beat you.
Do you guys remember what I think it was AG said it in his press conference last year? Jeff Okudah kind of shut down Justin Jefferson a little bit that first game.
3 catches, 14 yards.
Jeff looked at me like I'm crazy. 3 catches, 14 yards. That's
there was a safety
down.
over the top.
There was a safety over the top, but what AG said was
Okudah played well.
Okudah was very physical right off the bat with him, and he couldn't get anything going. And then in the second game, he said he did the same exact thing, except
Don't
Justin
say the A
Jefferson.
Word. Don't say the
not
A word.
Adjustments, because I know AG doesn't like that.
There were none made.
There were no adjustments made. But Justin Jefferson's Justin Jefferson. To me, like, he's one of my favorite players in the league for a reason. That man catches everything. So Cam can do whatever he wants to him on Sunday. What you need to know is he's still going to catch passes.
Yeah, it was 11 catches for 223 yards. I think it was on like 17 targets
who won the
too.
game?
That's the funny thing. The Lions lost the game where he had 3 catches, won the game where he had 11. But we saw Sutton last week. He was traveling with Cortland Sutton and played really well. In fact, in the last 2 games, he's only allowed 2 receptions. In the last 3 games, only allowed 2 receptions. So it'll be interesting to see, especially with a weapon like Jordan Addison. Is he still going to travel with Justin Jefferson because it worked? Or are they going to start mixing it up with Khalil Dorsey, Kendall Vildor? We'll see. But that is a huge matchup.
To see this defense.
Huge.
All right, let's hit break. When we come back, Hollywood himself is in the building. Jeff Ifrady from the morning show.
Morning, Hollywood.
I do have some questions to ask him in regards to some of our debates over the last couple weeks. I haven't had an on-air discussion with him about one main one. Flannel did come out and say, hey, yep, you were right, Booner. I just want to have the discussion on Woodward Nights with that.
Hamlin Pub.
Is it Hamlin Pub? Okay.
Hamlin.
Have you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular? Hamlin Pub, it is the place for you. Head over to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular. Look at those wings right there. Had them a couple weeks ago. Best wings in the state of Michigan. Go check them out. They have half-off pizza on Thursdays. Game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games. Hamlin Pub, it is the place to be. Visit the location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Sports own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
You have football on the brain. Well, this winter, ushers in college and professional football, and this winter has already been awesome. It's also the perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance, so shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too, so ask for Mark today at SwissINS.com or call 248-800-4177.
All right, welcome back into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in here tonight. Beautiful Friday night. Woodward Sports, what's the word I'm looking for? Lions pregame show on Woodward Nights. That's kind of what this is today on a Friday. If you guys can hit that like button for us. If we get to 150 likes, running this Booner promo right now. I do all my bets on Sundays, and last week I went 7-0 and hit the plus 600 Booners lay of the day for the Lions. If we hit 150 likes on the stream tonight, all you have to do is shoot me a DM on Twitter. I will pick a winner. I'll put the Booners lay of the day. I'll put $25 down for you, and if it hits, you keep all the money. I'll send it to you. 150 likes. Do that. I like that deal. All right, let's get going. Let's welcome in the man himself. The man who runs the network.
Hollywood Hefe.
Juicy
Vinny Vici.
What up, fellas? Hey, by the way, start giving Woodward Nights some respect, man. I mean,
we're trying to tell them.
We're coming.
You're jumping shows and views. I ain't gonna point out names, but Woodward Nights is coming.
We're coming.
Best night show in the country, man.
Hey, back to back. We put a couple shows together. We've been passing some people.
Hey, and you got Kenji in the booth, man. It's a nice crew of guys.
We've got a squad.
As much as we like to take credit, I gotta say our chat is pretty elite.
The chat is elite.
They do a good job of controlling themselves. It's a great locker room. The locker room it polices themselves, and they're great. We're working more and more every day, trying to involve them more. That's part of, as you know, the learning experience of hosting.
Absolutely,
what am I looking for? I
don't know.
It's essential.
Yes,
I mean, it is absolutely.
Yes.
If you're a show and you don't involve the chat, that's already an L.
No, yeah, I mean our chat is awesome too, and we have we love having the people calling in and do all that. So we do appreciate the chat. We appreciate you too, Jeff, hopping on the show. We're doing this now.
Yeah.
Fridays with Broder said Fridays with Frady.
Fridays with Frady.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
we might just let it. Honestly, let's just stick with that.
Should we get like a little graphic?
Broder's good with that stuff. Man.
Oh, great!
He's good off the dome.
I like words.
Yeah.
That's why you're
pretty good at it. That's why you're doing this.
I'm trying. We're all out here trying to make a name for ourselves. But Jeff, we got a big game coming up.
Yeah, real quick too. I do want to.
The biggest game.
Can we start off with this Big M in the chat as well? This question wasn't first on my docket, but I saw this. Out of context, he said Gibbs has only showcased a fraction of his abilities.
In context, I believe he or the conversation is that Gibbs is going to be a star or is a star. So
Jeff knows where I'm going with this.
Cool.
Is me and him and Flannel got in an argument a couple weeks ago. I reached out to them and I said, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a better player right now in this season, and he's having a better year.
So you're changing it?
No,
okay.
This year is he not? I said he is having a better season than Bijan Robinson, and I got hit back hard, man. Those guys they came at me, and now we're on Woodward Nights, Broder. We can address this a little bit.
Yeah.
I just want to see where we stand on that. Jahmyr Gibbs over Bijan Robinson, because I'm taking him 10 times out of 10 right now. That man looks elite, and he looks like a different to me. And I've said this 100 times. You could probably, in the last 8 weeks since he came back from injury, you might be able to put him as a top 5 running back in the league. In the last 8 weeks,
yes, he's been incredible.
He has been elite.
He's been incredible. And I know our debate was Bijan versus Jahmyr, and it wasn't even. This is the problem too, because since I was in a way defending Bijan, I would probably be accused of being a Lions hater. Which is not the truth.
And then on the other side, I'm a Lions slappy.
I will give you this. For me, I'm opposed to taking running backs in the first round. There are exceptions though, and I think Jahmyr, he's proved me wrong. At first, when he was first drafted, I was like, I don't know, is he worth the first round pick? He is. That's over. So I will give you that, Booner. He's having a better season than Bijan Robinson. I just don't think it's fair to discount the situation they're both in, and I think you have to give me that. Because to look at Bijan and what he's doing in Atlanta, you have to understand every single week they're stacking the box. Like you kidding me? Desmond Ridder and that passing attack.
Fair.
So they're playing. Okay, let's stop Bijan. You cannot deny that Jahmyr does benefit from this offense, the offensive line, and having a passing attack like the Lions. But that doesn't take it away. He's an incredible player. He leads the league in 20-plus yard gains. And I think Louis Riddick tweeted it out. Can he be an MVP candidate next year? He certainly has all the skills. The only thing I don't think he has that Christian McCaffrey has to compete in the race right now is two things. He's not as big. He's not as big as Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if he'll get the workload Christian McCaffrey has. And I don't know in this offense that you want him to.
Yeah,
like David Montgomery and him are going to split. Like what they're doing now is perfect for Jameer. You keep his legs fresh. I think it's ideal. But he certainly has the skill set. Now, the receiving side of things, we know Christian McCaffrey's had a 1,000-yard season. That's something that we want to see develop for Gibbs. But he's uber talented. I'm not taking anything away from that, Booner. I'll give you that. He's having a better season. Absolutely.
And I do understand, and I think around the room, all of us kind of do get that. Like, hey, Bijan had this offensive line, the Ben Johnson scheme, everything with it, David Montgomery. Yes, I think Bijan would maybe put the same numbers up, probably better. Like, that's just a fact, right? Like, that's not...
I don't know about fact, but
I don't want to do that either.
Yeah,
I hate doing that too.
But like he does have like his stats right now, and this is where my argument was. By per game, Gibbs has been playing better, and he's more explosive. Bijan's skill set is different than what Jameer's is, and that's just a fact. Like when we came out of the draft, we broke these games down completely different, and we knew that going into the draft. Right. That's why I say he could potentially have more and better stats, is because his skill set is different. Like everyone knows that. There was a reason why he was a higher pick, is because his skill set were something that no one's seen in the NFL since a guy like Saquon. But Jameer Gibbs, he has that, and he has a different skill set as well, which is like Christian McCaffrey. Because you never saw Saquon get compared to Christian McCaffrey. It was Saquon Barkley, because he's more of a power. He's more of a bell cow. Right. McCaffrey's a different style. That's where Jameer, like these guys are different. Bijan might have more stats if he was on this Lions team because of the type of back he is, but Jameer is more explosive. He could do more things. He's more versatile. Like there's different things with Jameer Gibbs, and when I saw that this year, and I get you that they're stacking the box, the position he's in is tough. That I get all that, but you can't take that away from what Jameer Gibbs is doing, because Jameer Gibbs has been elite this year, and in that last 8-game stretch, to me, he's been top 5 at his position, and it's been very well known and shown that he has been dominating since he came back from that injury.
I think Gibbs, guys, is perfect for what the Lions what they needed in a back. I'll say that. And it's funny. I was watching the Rams game the other night, yesterday actually, and you can't help but think, like fantasy scenario, and this isn't going to happen because Dave Montgomery signed for the next couple of years. But you see Kyron Williams. Yeah. He's averaging the most yards per game in the NFL. Guess how tall he is?
5'10"?
5'9", $190.
That's crazy.
The same height and weight as Jameer Gibbs. And he's basically their bell cow too. So you think like, man, if Jameer did get a ton of carries, I wonder what he could do. I think he could put up a ton of stats. I just think how they're utilizing now is perfect.
I think you're right. I think if he was a workhorse running back, he would put up some crazy numbers just as a running back. If he was just a receiver, I think he'd probably catch for 1,000 yards. That's what makes him so special. His size, it's one thing. Guys, some guys are just built different. And I say that both mentally, emotionally, but also he's physically smaller than people, but he plays big. Yeah. Kind of like on the opposite side, Ivan Pace Jr., the undrafted rookie for the rookie linebacker for the Vikings. He slipped because of his size. What is he, 5'10", 231 pounds? But he's been a beast this year. Some people just have that extra little element. Some people don't.
I would like to see it, and I get the split thing is good. I would like to see, to be honest, I could be crazy, I would like to see Jameer Gibbs and D-Mont kind of flip the carries, and I know what you're gonna say, like you want to protect Gibbs and all that, but the carries isn't much different. Like it's like 16 or 17 to 11, and I don't think it would hurt Gibbs to go to 16 and D-Mont to go to 12, 13. Like I don't think that would hurt. I think it would help the team. This is just a personal thing. It's like every time Gibbs touched the ball, he like, even if he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, he's going to give you 7 or 8. And that's just, like, if you go back and watch, like, he, outside of those first couple weeks, since he's came back from an injury, he's just his legs don't stop moving. He takes the extra hits at the end of the plays, and like, he gives you that much more. And he's leading the league in yards per carry. Real quick, Jeff, I'm going to go to KG here. KG?
Let's say Gibbs becomes the workhorse back. Do you take him more out of the passing game then?
Well, that's where I'm with KG, because to your point about how they're splitting carries, I actually don't mind how they're using Gibbs because it keeps him fresh, and he should be in my opinion, on more passing downs. Now you see David out there catching, and listen, David, if you look at his stats in Chicago, he's a good receiving back too. But I don't know. When he was coming out of the draft, I just envisioned more on Gibbs in the passing game.
I think
because he can handle it. I'm with you, Broder.
Definitely. I think at this point in their careers, I think David Montgomery is just a better or a superior pass protector.
That's fair.
Helping out Goff. But
That's
they
fair.
talk each week down in Allen Park. Gibbs is getting better and better each week in that pass pro. So he's on his way. I love it. And you do look behind Decker, Taylor Decker, coming from that left side. Decker. It's just a funny little situation they got. But I do love how they use the two. It is that sort of thunder and lightning.
Yep.
Not that David Montgomery is slow, but just the change of pace. It's hard for defensive linemen, for linebackers to read and know what's going on. And then just making the tackle, that change of speed, that change of pace, that's everything. It's
Changes
huge.
a lot,
and it makes it very hard to game plan against.
And how they're using them, they both could go for 1,000. So
which is
I'm
cool
fine.
with it. Shout out to your tweet,
despite
as well.
missing games.
Yes,
which is crazy.
Which is insane. They should be way higher right now. I want to ask you this before we go to our first break. Get back into this Minnesota game here. Huge matchup, obviously, to win the division. Number one thing I want to get from you, because last segment we talked about the keys to the matchup, keys to victory. What is your main, going into this game? The Detroit Lions have to do this in order to clinch the division on Sunday. What is the number one thing?
Offensive. I'll go defensively. Take the football away. Have to.
Take away.
That sounds so simple and cliche, but it's so true. Nick Mullins, look at his career. He's prone to giving up the football. And this is a Lions defense that doesn't have all the talent, but they're opportunistic, which I think with that comes creating turnovers. They did it last year, 8-2 stretch. They created turnovers. That's what they have to get back to. I know Dan's been harping on it. Nick Mullins will give it up. And KG put it perfectly last segment. The only way to win this game for the Vikings is through the air.
Yes.
So with that being said, takeaways are they're prone to happen. So I think defensively it's got to be takeaways, putting pressure obviously on Nick Mullins. Because Justin Jefferson's going to get his. These guys are, listen, Cam Sutton's great, but you give these guys, seconds to cover somebody. You could only stay in front of a Justin Jefferson, a Jordan Addison, a T.J. Hawkinson for so long. So I think pressure and creating turnovers. Now, offensively, I think I think this offense is going to be fine. The only thing I would caution and say, this cannot happen is turning the football over.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I
love this.
I think this offense, man, I know the Vikings defense, and credit to Brian Flores, they haven't faced an offense like this, man.
No.
I don't think so. What they can do, running the football, I know they're one of the best run defenses. Well, you're getting one of the best, if not the best right now, offensive line with the two best backs in the NFL.
Yeah.
That matters, guys. Chicago, top 5 run defense. Tell me what happened in Chicago before they had to bail on it. Tell me what happened.
The run.
They ran the ball all over the Bears.
And they went away from it.
So they went away from it. So the offense for me, just take care of the football. I think the rest will take care of itself.
Every week, Jeff, we do our keys to victory. And my number one, and I think the chat, everyone that listens knows what I say, is I go turnovers. That just it's simple, but for this Lions team, we saw them last year in that 8-2 stretch, like you said. That's what changed things for this team. Every time we lose a game, go look at the turnover battle. You lose it. Every time we win a game, guess what? You won the turnover battle.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. It's Jared Goff, take care of the ball, and on defense, go get your offense a couple more possessions and take the ball out of Nate Mullins' hand. Take it out of go get it. And that's how I think you win this game. And it's like last week's game if you can get a couple turnovers.
And like Eduardo O'Neill just said, when they played Philadelphia, they got 30 hung on them. That's Philadelphia's offensive line. They established the run in that game with their offensive line with DeAndre Swift, and then Jalen Hurts was able to find A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
And you look at this Vikings defense, they're going to blitz. I think they blitz 48, 49% of the time, whatever the number is. You're going to have guys that Yak going to be important. Yak yards. Jameson, Jameer, Amon-Ra,
make plays.
This man,
big
ball
plays.
knower.
And that's where I think an Amon-Ra, James. I know, what was it you, Nick, that brought up J-Mo? I think J-Mo's going to be key. Jared, just get the ball out. If you get the ball out quickly, these guys, I think it'll take care of themselves. They'll make plays.
All right. Jeff, we're gonna keep. Can you stay around for another segment?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're staying a little longer. All right, we're gonna do one more segment here. Nick, do you have something?
Quick update here. Red Wings were up 5-1. It is now 5-4. This is very reminiscent of the Red Wing versus the San Jose Sharks game where we had a 4-goal lead. We need to close this one out. Go Wings.
It's your fault, Nick.
I'm just gonna say, Nick has had so many jinxes on the show.
Dude, I keep the people updated. What do you want?
Jesus Christ. But Jeff, earlier in the show, it was 5-1, and he does a horn sound and goes, "The Red Wings scored again," and he goes, "Just kidding, score update, it's 5." Like, it was a fake goal. It never happened.
We scored 5 goals in the first. Like, that was worthy of the horn.
Hey, Nick's just doing his job, all right? He's reporting the information.
He reported false information and said they scored when they didn't.
He also doesn't have a problem with the NFC North shirts being out. So
yeah, so like he's okay with jinxes. He thinks no matter what, jinxes aren't true. Right now it's 5-4. There's an issue.
Yeah, break down the commercial.
All right, let's hit a commercial. Let me tell you guys, Planet Fitness, it is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. Over at Planet Fitness, you'll experience squeaky clean gyms that is tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You can get all of that for just $10 a month. No commitment at all. No commitment. $10 and no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in the Metro Detroit area, and thousands more throughout the world. Make sure you guys check Planet Fitness out, where your fitness is essential.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Give your pet the best. That means going to Premier Pet Supply, because they're hands down Michigan's best pet store. They got the same great prices and all. Oh, we got new reads. Same prices and all the conveniences of the O-line and big box retailers. One major difference: they're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 plus years. They got over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Dog nutrition, cat nutrition, iguana nutrition, same day. Yeah, all kinds of animals. It's wild. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Lions, baby. Lions. Let's go, baby. We're talking Lions. If you guys can, hit that like button for us. We are doing this little thing. The Booner deal here is if we hit 150 likes, once we hit 150 likes, you message me on Twitter, and I will pick a winner for a free $25. I'll put it on my parlay on Sunday, the Booner's lay of the day. It hit last week, plus 600. So everyone hit that like button right now if you have not yet, so it gives all of you a chance for a free parlay. You would have won last week. It would have been like $180.
We're at 97, so
51 likes away. I see right now, so the chat is close. But
laid, baby.
I would 101 that fast.
I want to say number 1, you're a real one for that, but number 2, I would never do that because it would lose. So
no, I don't care. I've been
like, if I did it, it would just like you're not getting the money. I'm losing.
Oh no, I've been hot.
My parlays. I don't want to talk about it.
I've been hot.
I didn't take yours. I made my own and it lost.
You don't take it this week.
I lost it by 1. Jameer's receiving yards. Still love him, but damn. That's the only thing that didn't hit.
I tell you, Jameer, all-purpose. Don't do receiving, do all-purpose.
That's fair.
That's always the move for him. All right, Jeff, we're going to keep you here. We're joined by the morning show host, the face of Woodward Sports, Hollywood, Jeff Ifrady. Let's keep this thing going here. First thing, Division title Saturday or Sunday.
Yes.
On the line, Jeff.
Minnesota.
I want to ask you this. You've been a Lions fan your whole life, your family, and I've been letting people call into the show and kind of talk about throughout the week what it would mean, like kind of the meaning behind this. How big of a deal is this for this team? And not only this team, the organization, and kind of for like you just as a fan.
Oh, it's significant. I mean, I kind of mentioned this morning, but especially for my dad. I mean, he's 61 years old. He's witnessed one playoff win. And more than that, he's witnessed one division title. It wasn't even the NFC North. So this will be new to all of us. I think it's significant for this this franchise now in this regime because you can say all the right things, but they're doing all the right things.
Yep.
Like they're putting their words onto paper, or they're backing up what they speak. And winning games is one thing, but winning your division, hosting a playoff game is another thing. And it's nice to celebrate it, but hopefully we look down the line in 3 years and we don't celebrate these things. We think of it as you win the NFC North, let's go get a Super Bowl.
So that was another thing, and I had this question on the show yesterday. It was kind of two parts of it, but the first part of it was like, once you win the division Sunday, like that's been like going into this year, and really not even like when this regime started. I feel like I remember watching the morning show about a year ago or 2 years ago, and when you and Adam were on it, and then you guys talked a lot about like each year, kind of the steps to get into a division. And year 3 wasn't even in that kind of realm until you went 8-2 last year.
Yep.
And now it's like all of a sudden going into this year, the end goal is win the division, and no one's really like, maybe besides the Booner path, no one's really spoke about that coveted Super Bowl or kind of going and actually making it to an NFC Championship game. And even Dan, like in-house, all it's been is division. If they do win Sunday, I asked this to the guys yesterday, like, where does your head turn after that? Because after that, it's like, yeah, you could say maybe just one playoff win. But we had the conversation to where it's like, if you're in the playoffs and you get that division win in the NFL, now your next goal and championship goal turns into the Super Bowl, like instantly. Well, it's like we're going to win the Super Bowl, and I do get the one game at a time, but like.
Well, that's just coach.
The goal was division, and they've been very clear on that.
Yeah.
The next thing to me, I think once you do win that division, it's okay. Like now it's time to take that next step to become contenders and go chase a Super Bowl because you just did the division. Is that the wrong mindset? Or?
No. Well, once you're in the dance, anything can happen. So it's just about getting in the dance, and winning your division is the start because you win your division, you host a playoff game, and you're depending on what division you're winning, but the Lions are a good team, so they'll be favored in their first playoff game. That's how that works. So, I mean, you look at teams in recent history. There's been Super Bowl teams that have won their division and didn't have the best record, and they still made a Super Bowl run. So like 9-7 teams at the time, when of course
I mean the Bengals 2 years ago.
Yeah, when there were 16 games. The Giants are another one with Eli Manning. So anything can happen. The reason why me and you go back and forth, my predictions are separate from what can actually happen. I think this team, when you win a playoff game, that's the next check mark for this team once you win your division. But I'm not going to put a ceiling on it. I mean, look at the top of the NFC right now. Besides the 49ers, everyone has question marks.
And I've said this 100 times, is if you get in there and say you do get the 2 seed, you literally, you get 2 home games, right? Your second round home game probably will either be versus Dallas or the Eagles. Guess what's on the other side of that? Is the 49ers have to either beat the Dallas Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles. So you might get a chance to where you have a chance at the 49ers getting knocked off on the other side to where you can still host an NFC Championship game if you win out. And that's where I've been at with the Booner path. Jeff, I don't know if you're on the Booner path officially yet, but I feel like once you win once the division's locked up, I feel like people have to start saying, like Nick yesterday on air said, I'm on the Booner path. I think it's time for people to start saying I'm on that Booner path if they lock the division up at week 16 and then they go and win and get the 2 seed. If you're not on the Booner path there, I don't know how else to lead you to success. Just being honest.
To be clear, the Booner path was if we get that 2 seed and beat Dallas.
Say it again, though. Where are you? What are you on?
Get the 2 seed, beat Dallas, Booner path.
So there's a contingency.
But you just said it. You said yesterday, I am on the Booner path.
We host 2 playoff games. Booner path.
There was no contingency. You just said yesterday.
Okay. I never said Booner path if we go on the road in our second playoff game.
I hope you guys have left a trail of breadcrumbs because I'm confused. I don't know where we're headed.
Booner, I believe in the path, but we have to get that 2 seed to do it.
Okay.
What about this? What about this from Answer 14? I know how hard it is to sustain this level of play, but I think we can be a dynasty. Depth and talent and development and grit. Let's hear it for 20 years of domination. I know those are big words, but that is the goal of what they're building, right? Like, obviously the goal is the dynasty, but Brett Holmes and these guys, they're building for this year, but also
sustainability.
To sustainability. They're building from the inside out. The big boys in the trenches. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach draft and free agency, but that is the goal, right? What do you guys feel about that?
Well, you know what? No, I agree with you. I will say this, though, to give the Lions credit, their offense, good enough to make a Super Bowl. Like, again, and we talk about this, too, with Super Bowl winners. Like, it's mostly about your offense, which they have it. Now, the defense is still a work in progress, and there's other question marks, too. But the Lions, the Booner path, the reason why you go back and forth about it, is because the Booner path, you said, is separate from your prediction.
Well, my prediction at the beginning of the year was the Bills and the 49ers.
Right.
So I'm not moving off of that. I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm not going to flip-flop and change. I'll stick with that.
Okay.
But the Booner path is when people started to turn away from the Lions. Oh, they didn't make a trade at the trade deadline. Oh, their defense looks bad. Oh, this is bad. No. There is still a path at the end goal. 1, to win the division, and number 2, to go chase down a Super Bowl, which we just listed off a bunch of names and teams who have done that with a tough record and a team that no one thought they could do it. And that's where I wanted to be a front line for the people to say, listen, let's not veer off here. Like, if you have a team that's in contention, and like we don't have a wild card team right now. We have a team that's winning their division and is going to potentially fight for a home game and 2 home games. This isn't a team that's a scrub. This is a team that when they get in the playoffs, if they are playing at their peak, they can play against any team and beat any team. Even the Ravens, who they lost to when they were playing bad, they can beat anyone.
I get you, but that whole and again, it's gonna come off. It's going to come off how it comes off.
Don't come off scared, Jeff.
But it's not about being scared. You could say the whole, if this team plays at its best, they can beat anybody, to like a handful of teams.
Well, yeah, that's the Booner path.
But will they?
I want to show
But will they? That's
they
where
can.
I understand.
But you could say that about any team.
But to Broder's point, we just walked through the whole sustainability argument.
But you could say that about
Even
the 49ers.
If they win a playoff game, Booner, and they lose, I'm not going to be upset. Because, like Broder just put earlier,
well, no,
they're building for. Like, I know, okay,
I agree with you on that, and I've told the people this is a long-term building process.
Yes.
This is something to where you're not seeing them go out and just spend a ton of money for dudes just so they can win now. This is a thing to where they're trying to build like the 49ers. They're trying to build like the Chiefs. They're trying to find ways like the Eagles have with Howie Roseman. They're doing that, and Brad's doing a hell of a job doing it.
But the other thing, and the argument you could use against me is, Jeff, the NFL isn't year to year. Like the Eagles made the Super Bowl last year. We'll see what they do this year.
But they're always going to be in contention.
They are,
with the team
but you never know with injuries. Like, look at the Bengals.
But you're going to
have also Burrow, season over.
But you're going to have a chance every year. That's the thing.
That's fair.
You're putting yourself. You're putting your team in a position to have a chance
because of the foundation that they built.
Yes.
They built it. They went through whatever they had to do to get there.
Yep.
And now, what's making Howie Roseman and John Lynch epic is being able to sustain that, keep their core offensive line or whatever their pieces are, and they're both built in the trenches too. But keep that intact, and then just keep adding where you see fit. Maneuver the cap space, do whatever you can to keep that as long as possible. Eventually, they're going to retool everything.
Yeah.
But it's something that can sustain for a long time.
I think the Booner path right now, it's got some terrain in it. Like you're walking down it, you're like, there's a tree here.
Which is fair.
Like it's just got to clear up a little bit.
There's potholes.
Yep.
We do need to clean it up a little bit. I do want to say this though, real quick. Can you just say? Can you give me this statement? What? I am on the Booner path, but
where'd that come from?
If they get the 2 seed. Say that.
I
just want. I'm trying to collect people on the path.
I don't give takes based on like
okay,
imagination scenarios.
What is the scenario?
Like my scenario, I believe they'll win a playoff game, and after that, even if they get the 2 seed, I just don't think they're.
Is there any way you would be on the Booner path?
I just don't know if they're built to go there this year. Like I still have a lot. There's question marks.
Let's get this statement then. Say I'm on the Booner path next season.
I'll take that.
Say it.
I'm on the Booner path next season.
Okay,
because I know they'll spend money. I know they'll add more in the draft. They'll patch some of the question marks. So yes, we could talk about it. I just don't think this year, guys, win a playoff game.
I'm clipping that.
And I'm cool with it.
I'm cutting the end of it.
I will stay consistent.
Hold on, Nick got something for us.
Nick, Don't tell us.
The Philadelphia Flyers just killed a power play and in the next minute scored a goal. 5-5. Red Wings, Flyers. Red Wings need to win this game
you know
if they want to see the playoffs.
There is no argument that they're 5-1.
This is a must-win game for the Wings. I'm going out there and saying it right now. We're 4 points back from the wild card. We need to win this game. This can't lose.
This conference, there's no room for error, dude.
They need to win this game.
Yeah,
Nick, you need to go I don't know. We have to do something to unjinx this, man.
I'm throwing on the jacket.
Change something up. Take that shirt off. Take the hat off.
Throwing on the jacket.
You have a Kings hat on. You don't even have a Red Wings hat on. Take the hat off. Take the jacket off. Put the Wings jacket on, and let's get this thing rolling. All right, let's go to break. I'll tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. It is customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your need. Technology that is backed by people, where your safety and security deserves technology that has been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Make sure you call the number for a great defensive bummy. That is 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out. But come on in to Feldman Automotive, because they've been driven to provide a first-class car buying experience. They have 18 locations in Metro Detroit, so there's got to be a dealership near you. Just visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you, and you can catch Jeff Iafrady in the Morning Woodward Show, as well as Big D Energy every other Monday at their Novi dealership. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like a landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrady, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Well, for over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants and hotels and casinos with prime beef, dry-aged beef, Wagyu beef, and the beef going on right now between Booner and Nick because of this Red Wings debacle. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Just visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks, or go online at fairwaypacking.com.
Fairway
beef.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, all of that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys could all hit that like button for us. It's a beautiful Friday, Lions pregame Friday. We're at 112 likes. If we get to 150, Red Wings goal, baby!
Oh, baby!
Dylan Larkin ties it up.
Captain, baby! D-Boss, baby!
They needed that.
Let's go!
Nick needed that.
What up, Boone?
Nick needed that.
What up?
It's because I told you to take the jacket off.
Red Wings, baby. Come on. This is the biggest game of the season for the
Hit that
Wings.
like button for us.
Beautiful.
If you guys can as well, I'm going to be doing this little giveaway to where if we hit 150 likes tonight, you guys message me on Twitter. I will pick a winner for a free $25 bet that I will put on for one of you guys. What a goal from Dylan Larkin.
He scored from behind the net.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Shout out Larkin. That was clutch. That was huge. 4 minutes to go. Let's get a point out of this game.
That's why they call him captain.
Let's get it done. Nick, Dylan Larkin might have just saved your life.
No
Shout out Corey Berry. There's no Nick Jinx.
Broder,
it's over.
Corey.
Never look.
It's over.
Can we admit that there was something going on?
There was. It's over, though.
All right, I want to make sure I'm not crazy.
And we were talking in between the half. I was going to have to admit there was a jinx happening, but It's over.
All right, it's over, Nick.
Nick's
I'll take
in
it
the
off of
clear.
you. Nick, I just want you to admit and just be like, "Yep, that 5-1 call was tough."
He doesn't have to anymore.
No,
It was
dude, we
tough.
blew a 5-1 lead earlier in the year. I said let's not do it again. And Broder, how about these records? What are we working with?
All right, yeah, we're getting into around the NFL.
Transition,
we're going to
baby.
go
Get the
through
heat
our
off of it.
NFL picks. We're going to have to do it quick, guys, because we only have about 5 minutes until we have to get to the next segment.
Oh, no, we're going long.
No, we're going to go quick. So it's going to be a little speed round here. Broder, what are the records?
Records coming in 4th place. Booner at 65-60.
Woo!
You picked who'd the Rams beat last night?
Saints.
Yeah, you picked them.
Yeah.
We have the TD booth, which is now KG's home. Your record is 68-57. That's a nice 3rd place record.
I'll take it, man.
We got Nick at number 2 at 70-55. 2 games behind myself at number 1 at 72-53 on the season. So we're off. We got 3 weeks to go. What's that, about 8, 16, 24 games? Between 20 and 24 games.
We're there. Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm going to come back. All right, first game here. We'll go
see.
around the room quick. Bengals at the Steelers. Nick, who do you have?
Give me the Bengals. Got to stick with my picks from earlier. Give me the Stripes and the Bengals.
Jeff?
Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Bengals?
Mason Rudolph started. So.
Oh, that's a tough
there
one.
you
KG.
Miles Garrett.
Give me the Steelers, man.
Oh,
I'm still believing in Mike Tomlin to the end.
Wow.
Wow.
Broder?
Do it, Broder.
I'm with you, KG. That's confidence, baby. Steelers.
Yeah.
You guys know where I'm heading with this one.
Bengals.
Mike Tomlin at home, I always take him. Give me Mike Tomlin at home, the Steelers. I don't care who's at quarterback.
That's a game.
That defense will win them that game.
kind of look like Mason Rudolph too.
Thank you. You do too.
I gotta watch out for you. Sorry.
Next game here, the Seahawks at the Titans. Seahawks are 3.5-point favorites. I'll go first here. Give me the Seattle Seahawks fighting for a playoff life. I usually would go Will Levis, but he is going to be out, I believe, for another week. So I'm going to go the Seattle Seahawks. They're only 3.5-point favorites on the road.
Is that a Malik Willis sighting?
It might be Malik Willis. I haven't heard who's going to be the quarterback. Maybe Tannehill's back. Who knows? Nick, who do you have?
Give me the Hawks.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks. Playoff push, they make it in.
Seahawks all day, baby.
Seahawks.
That's 5 for 5 Seahawks.
Should I switch to the Titans?
No.
All right, yeah, that's what's killed me all year. Is I always switch when everyone's on the one side.
You
I
think we should institute a rule for the rest of the weeks. You go in order of your records, so you have to pick first in the 4 seed.
What?
Yeah, bro.
But
That
I can
seems
switch.
fair.
I can switch.
I don't know about that.
I think it's fun to watch. Well, if we start doing that, I might actually start winning because I can't switch.
Maybe.
All right, next game here: Commanders at the Jets. Jets are 3-point favorites. I think Sam Howell got benched. Did he not?
Really?
That would be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I think someone told me he got benched. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
though.
it's dumb as hell. I don't know if that report's true. But
Okay.
It's dumb as hell.
Maybe it was wrong then. I'm gonna go.
This is the worst
Nick, who are you
offense
gonna
versus
go?
the worst defense.
I'm going to go with the Durs, baby. Give me the Durs all day. I do not like this Jets team at all. They are broken. The whole organization is broken. I mean, the Durs are too, but I'm going with them for this game. Let's go.
Just because Nick said the Durs, I'm going with the Commanders, dude. I'm rocking with the Commanders. Sam Howell, baby.
Oh my gosh, KG.
This is a horrible game. Give me the Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Football Team.
Everyone's going the Commanders. I'm going the Jets.
He's going JTS.
I'm going
Jets.
the favorite at home.
I'll go Commanders too.
Okay, I'll take this then.
Smart man, brother.
I'll take that. Smart man.
Got it.
Sure.
Broder, are you picking because of my picks?
I don't know.
This is an exciting thing. Yeah, that's not smart because I'm going to end up coming back over both of you. Jags, Buccaneers in Tampa. Tampa is a 1.5-point favorite.
They're hot.
Nick, who do you have in this? This is actually a good game, I think.
I was there earlier in the season to see a Lions win, and this time the Bucks come out on top. Give me the Bucks all day against the Jags. I really like this Bucks team. They're kind of sneaky. So Bucks at home.
Okay. Jeff?
I'm gonna go Jags. I think the Jags bounce back.
Really?
Yep. Give me the Jags.
KG?
Not just saying that because I have them in the AFC title game.
Number 3 trio too. Remember.
Hey, Baker Mayfield is hot right now, man. Give me the Bucks. I think the Jags are falling apart. We'll see, but give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks, baby. Tampa Bay.
Wow. I'm going to go with the Jags. I'm going to go against the crew here a little bit. I'm going to go with Jeff. I'm going to go with the Jags. I think Trevor Lawrence, I know he's questionable. I'm still going to go him. I think that they need to get their swagger back a little bit. This might be that game to do it. I like that one. This is a big game here, actually, fellas, and this will be our last one here for the picks. I know we don't have a ton here. Dallas Cowboys at
it.
the Miami Dolphins. At the Miami Dolphins. What are we thinking here, Nick? I'm going to start with you. Dolphins are 1.5-point favorites. Nick?
Fins up. Give me the Dolphins all day. Give me Tua Tagovailoa. I think Tyreek Hill's going to be back for this one. I like the Fins here to prove that they are Super Bowl contenders. We know Dallas likes to choke, and they will in this situation. Give me Fins up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Fins too. HN and Mostert go for a buck, just 100 each.
I need Tyreek.
They're gonna
to
run all over the
fantasy
Dallas Cowboys,
points.
and Tyreek Hill's a problem. So give me the Fins at home. They're in nice weather. Finally beat a good team this year. Go Fins.
KG.
The Dallas choke job continues. Reggie Hands, give me the Fins. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Go. I haven't been able to pick against the Fins at home since I learned of their arena being built. Did you know this, Jeff, that on the opposites, the opposing sideline can get up to 30 degrees hotter? Like the sun hits it during game time, like 30-degree difference than the home sideline.
That's got to be on purpose.
Yeah, like it was architected that way.
Okay.
Oh,
so I'm going
that's
Fins.
insane.
Wild. I'm about to call.
We're going to do a couple more games here, actually, because I just realized, shout out to Nick, we're not going to have a show Monday night to do Monday Night Football. So we're going to do some of those picks here. I'm going to start it off here. We're actually just going to.
Fins or Dallas?
We're just going to. Oh.
Boone.
Who did you pick? Dolphins?
Yeah.
Why does that matter?
Because everyone in the room just went Dolphins.
He's got to make a.
I'm getting onto him now.
He's trying to make a comeback.
Give me the Dallas Cowboys, baby.
He would.
Yuck.
Give me the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care, boys.
He would.
Disgusting.
Only one Monday Night Football and Christmas Day game we're going to do here. We're going to do Ravens at the 49ers. Huge matchup. At San Francisco, they are 4 or 6 point favorites. Nick, who are you? Actually, I'm going to go the opposite way.
No, you're not.
Broder, who are you going with this
first
game?
place, I'm going after Nick.
Who are you going?
We'll see. I think I know who I'm going with.
Actually, I'll start and then we'll go this way.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Wait, what way did you say?
I'm going to go this way.
Yeah, no, that way.
All right, Nick, who are you taking? This is cheating from you, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Because you're just taking off his picks. This is
right.
corruption.
That's false.
Corrosion.
I am going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. I was going to switch my pick due to my stat about Lamar Jackson that I brought up on the network earlier in this year that he absolutely destroys NFC teams. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with my gut on this one and the pick that I made on heavyweights, San Francisco. Jeff, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the 49ers too. The Ravens have won a lot of close games, well, except for the prior one. But I'm gonna roll with the 49ers here. I think they get a big win.
Are the Niners at home?
At home.
Give me Lamar, man. Give
Let's
me Lamar
go,
and the Ravens.
KG.
Wow.
Yeah, that way.
Let
Are
him
you going
cook.
the
That
Ravens
way.
as well?
Yep.
I'm going the Niners.
Let's go Ravens,
I'm
baby.
going the Niners at home.
Let's go Ravens.
This is one where we catch you.
Stop not scared.
This is
Stop
a catch
not
one.
scared.
All
Stop
right.
not scared.
When we come back, go to break, come back, we'll do our score predictions, go around the room, score predictions a little bit, and then we'll do some mailbag after that. Broder, tell us about Mark White, though.
Tell you about Mark White, because if you're dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5K. You just got to call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242, or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Check them out.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football. Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off, or check them out online at www.canna.com.
Play?
All right,
we got power
welcome
play?
back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. WoodwardSports.com. Make sure if you guys can for us. This is our Alliance pregame show. Hit that like button for us. We've got Hollywood in the chair here right now. If we get to 150, what are we at right now? 120? 30 more likes. If you're in the show right now, we're 30 likes away. 150, we'll do the Booner giveaway for a parlay. I'll put free money down on a parlay, and if it hits, the money is yours. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Wings right now are in overtime. Let's get into our score predictions for the Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. Score predictions or any kind of big game predictions that you have, I want them here now and in the chat. Everyone start dropping those score predictions. We'll read a couple of those out loud as well. Nick, we're going to do our normal kind of trip around the room here. What is your score prediction and any big predictions you have here for the division potentially on Sunday?
Yeah, I opened up with the heavyweights earlier. It was last time you cried watching a sports game. I was 9 years old. The Detroit Lions went 0-16. I asked my dad, big season ticket guy. I said, Dad, why are we so bad? All that ends this Sunday when we win the division for the first time in 23 or since 30
years, 1993.
Yeah, since 1993. So I am going with the Detroit Lions 28-27.
Damn
All
right.
of our nightmares are put in the past. We are closing the yearbook. We are looking forward to the hell of a bright Detroit Lions future. Let's go. 28-27 in Minnesota.
I love that. I love it. Jeff, Hollywood, what was yours today?
We're about to find out if Nick's jinxing is correct. You know what, Nick? You should have just picked the Vikings, dude. Honestly. And then we guarantee you that NFC North win. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm with Nick. I'm going to go with the Lions, too. I think they lock up the division this weekend. I got 27-17.
Oh, wow. Double digits.
Yep. I think they win by 10. I don't see a blowout, but I think this offense will be too much for the Minnesota Vikings. I do. In big game, I'm going to go with St. Brown again. I think he has another big one. Byron Murphy allows like 100-plus passer rating when targeted. So if he's on Amon-Ra's barbecue chicken. So
maybe that's the legacy player this week.
I gave you it last week. And the reason why I'm going to do it again is because, like I said, stretch of bad games. He bounced back. He's going to keep it up. Over 100 yards from St. Brown.
I love it. I love it. KG, what's the score prediction?
I said it this morning on the morning show. 30-13 Lions.
There you go.
Let's go.
They're going to Minnesota. It's not a game. It's a business trip. The offense is going to come in. They're going to overpower that Minnesota secondary. Jared Goff's going to have a great game, and we're bringing that division home. Let's fucking go.
I love that. Broder.
Wow. How about this? Ken says Jamison Williams Hail Mary touchdown for the win. That's what's going to happen.
Sam's head would explode.
Explode. Like the character at the end of the first Chappelle Show skit. I'm going to go with 27-21 Detroit Lions. I think it's going to be almost what's expected. A tough game. I don't think it's going to go back and forth, but I think the Lions get out to an early lead, pound the rock with David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, and they get away with the victory and an NFC North title.
There you go, Broder.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Fellas, KG, can we go single cam real quick? I want to talk to the people.
What is this?
I want to talk to the people real quick.
The lawnmower's coming out for the path.
I want to talk to the people.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to look all of you in the eyes right now.
Talk to them.
Since 1990, first time ever in the NFC North, your Detroit Lions on Sunday will be crowned NFC North champions. They will beat the Minnesota Vikings 31-24, and they will bring a championship back to the city of Detroit. They will end the drought. The Detroit Lions will host a playoff game, and they will have a chance to go get a 2 seed, beat Dallas, beat the Vikings again in the path towards that Super Bowl, that coveted Lombardi trophy. It will be right there in our hands, and we're all going to be smiling for from ear to ear on Sunday. There might be a lot of people crying, but for your guys' Christmas gift on Christmas Eve, the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, they will get 31 points, and they will lead you guys to a victory. First division title since 1990 in the first NFC North ever. And the Booner path will be more on track than it's ever been, and people are going to be hopping on it. It's going to be all over the news. The Detroit Lions will be the next big thing here in the NFL. You guys heard it here first.
NBT.
31-24, the Detroit Lions.
Booner is like Noah or like Moses or something. You're like leading the people.
That's all I want to do. I'm just a
Hard to
man
see.
of the people. I'm a man of the people. A lot of people ask me too, like, Booner, what are you like in person? I'm the same person. Ask the boys.
It's facts.
This is
He
me.
actually pours Kool-Aid on himself.
Nah, I do. That is all real. So on Sunday night for Christmas Eve, I want to drink some Kool-Aid. And I've got some ideas for the division winner. I cannot wait. Actually, I need to work on that. That just reminded me. I need to work on that tomorrow.
It's like a wrestling promo. I love it.
Yeah, I need to work on that tomorrow. All right, we're going to go to break. Make sure you guys... Oh, let me read a couple of these out. I did say I'd read some out. Denver Blair said 32-17 Lions. Ryan's reaction said, I'll go Lions 24-21. Shift God, Lions 27-16. Patrick, 31-7. Orny... U of M dad 31-20.
Ornery.
Sorry, you guys know the word that I'm going. All right. Ryan Kincaid confirmed, not Dalton Kincaid's sibling. He says 34-12 Lions win. God hates cowards. Lions 27-16 late field goal from 62 yards. Wow, the honey badger, the money badger. Answer 14, Lions 37. The Vikings 23. So a lot of people think the Lions are locking up the division. Let's hit break. Right now, there's a shootout in the Red Wings game. Correct, Nick?
Yes, sir. Go do a shootout, baby. We got Patty Kane, DeBrincat, Larkin. I like our odds here, although our goaltending is absolute cheek, so we shall see.
Tell us about Planet Fitness while you're at it.
Planet Fitness. All right, not going to swing that one. Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
All right, let's talk about it. Outdoor Equipment Company, the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, steel handhelds, weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, Snow X plows, and even salters. The Outdoor Equipment Company, they have it all. You can buy it, you can rent it. 0% financing, delivery right to your doorstep. That is over at OutdoorEquipCo.com.
DeBrincat 0 for 1.
All right, we are back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Lions, baby.
Lions, baby.
Let's go. Chance to win the division on Sunday versus the Minnesota Vikings. Red Wings right now are in a shootout. First two DeBrincat missed, and the Flyers' first guy missed as well. We'll keep you guys updated on that. We're getting into mailbag, though. There's a lot of mailbag questions here. IT Hips. Broder, if the Lions win on Sunday, who is your prediction for who gets the game ball? We actually did a segment on that today. Who do you have, Broder?
Wow.
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 Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow.
We didn't actually pick the game ball predictions, did we?
I thought we did.
Well, I did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what I did.
Yeah, we did. We did all the same.
Who did I say? Oh, let's go, baby, go.
Lucas Raymond.
Who did I say on offense?
You said.
I don't think I gave an offensive
Let's go,
one.
boys. Let's go. Massive
Ben
win
Johnson.
incoming. Shit.
Nick, why? They scored their first shootout goal. What are you doing?
Come on.
Did you?
Sam Laporta.
Knock on wood, man.
It's going to be Sam Laporta.
You said Ben Johnson.
So I'll go with the player. It'll
Oh
be
my
Laporta.
gosh, that just made me mad. I can't believe, like, dude, he's like, tells me all the time he's not. You tell me all the time you're not that guy.
We just stop him?
I don't know. I
I
hope
think
so.
Jeff's is delayed. Oh wait, no, is it?
Did that go? That's a goal.
Oh,
I can't
missed
tell.
it.
I can't tell.
There's a triple deke off the crossbar.
I can't tell.
He missed it.
Yeah, no, he said Ben Johnson.
Let's
I went
go.
the offensive line. I think the
For the
game
dub,
ball.
boys. For the dub.
I think the game. Patrick King for the win.
The curse is over.
Patrick King, baby.
The curse is over.
The curse is over
It's
for Nick.
over. Patty K, baby. Let's
it's
go.
all over.
Shout out the Wings, man.
Good job, Wayne.
Shout out the Wings. They
Nice
needed
way
that
to bring
one.
it home.
Yeah, they needed that
Wow.
one bad, man. 7-6
Shootout.
Final score in the
Lindros.
shootout. That is crazy. That is crazy. Nick, we're gonna go a couple minutes over just with the.
Oh, I'm cool with
I
that.
heard the
I'm just
music
getting the
start.
people hype right now on this. Let's go.
Yeah, no,
Wings
let's
needed
go.
it for
Your
our
shit.
playoff hopes. Let's
Yeah.
go, boys. Hey, Wings kick off our weekend. The Lions end it. Let's go. All on a great note. Let's go. Booner, back to you.
Yeah, let's hit some mailbag questions here before we end. Anakin, mailbag, who is the best Lion on the team so far? I am going to go Penei Sewell. He is the best player at his position in the NFL right now. Best offensive lineman in the NFL at the age of 23 in his short career so far. In year 3, he's already the best in the NFL at his position. Unbelievable. Broder, who you have?
Who'd you say?
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell? I mean, it's him.
I think it is.
I'll say Frank Ragnow because of how important he is. Penei Sewell's the best, the most talented. Frank Ragnow might be the most important at center as the anchor.
Speakeasy in the chat said I was going to shank Lil Nicky if the Wings lost. Oh man, you have to stop. You have to stop drinking. We have to put like a filter on you.
No,
we need like a 10-second delay for what you said.
You're just like on some witch gypsy stuff. I'm not buying it.
Whoa. Mailbags. Donovan People-Jones going to get more targets. This is William, by the way. More targets. Also, I expect Sam Laporta to dominate this game. And he also said, will James Houston come off IR next week? First one was
unlikely
DPJ.
for James Houston, likely for DPJ. Although I think it's one of those. I think DPJ is in that category with Khalif Raymond, maybe a little bit of Josh Reynolds and Jama, where it's just Ben Johnson's going to read the matchup. He'll go to them at any point if they're open. But it's I don't know if he's going to get a play scheme for him, but I do see him getting more involved. He made some really great blocks in the run game last week. If you go back and look at the tape, not many targets. I think he had one catch, but a lot of great run blocking.
I will say this real quick too. We have about 160 people in the chat or watching right now. I will say we'll go a couple extra minutes over here. I'll give you guys a chance for us to get to 150 likes to get this Booner parlay. To kind of get that free $25 bet for me.
He want to give it away.
I want to. Every commercial, I'm like, we're right there. I want to. So we'll go maybe till 10:05 here, and we'll read some more mailbag questions. If everyone watching right now hits the like button, the competition starts. We're 25 away. We're right there. Do you have a couple more mailbags here, brother? Let's see what else you have.
I'm looking. Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. We're gonna go with. Where'd that go? Mailbag.
Ooh,
you guys should hold this is from Denver Blair.
Yeah, I like
hold the
this.
chat as a majority vote for NFL picks and get our wins and losses in on the table. That'd be a fantastic idea. Do we do it for these last 2 weeks, or do we go like to round one of the playoffs?
Maybe we start like our playoff record.
Yeah.
No, I think that would be best.
Oh, because like there'll
the
be guys
playoffs-
sitting people.
Yeah, because even in the playoffs too, when you think about it, like we do so many games. Sometimes we have up to like 10 games. for doing like a chat or something, it would take so long to be able to do each game like that. If in the playoffs, if we had them vote on their games to pick, is that that's the right question, right? For them to be involved in it? Yeah. I think in the playoffs, there's less games. It's easier for us to go through each game. I like that. Trevor said here, would you want to see us drop Week 18 potentially to avoid Seattle playoff matchup and let Minnesota in instead? To be honest, Trevor, if we win this week and beat the Dallas and then beat the Dallas Cowboys, I would say no. I would rather play the Seahawks and have a potential of having another home game than having that. Nick's telling us to wrap it up. Nick, we're going a couple more minutes here just so we can get this
right above that answer 14 mailbag. What role impact will our linebackers play in the Vikings game? I think a big role. There's not as much of a run game to shut down, but Ty Chandler is decent, but it's going to be T.J. Hawkinson coming out of that, coming off the line of scrimmage. It's a big Anzalone game.
Yeah, does Derek Barnes make a huge difference? Do you guys think?
He's not a nothing, but with the emergent, Jalen Reeves-Maybin has proven,
especially with Hawk,
that he can fill in.
In the run game, I feel like he's more of a.
That's going to be an issue a little bit.
Yeah, Derek Barnes in coverage isn't the strongest of the group, so I think it's fine with Anzalone and Jalen Reeves-Maybin, who had some great plays against Juwan Johnson, Taysom Hill in that Saints game. I'm more confident with him in coverage. Also, more confident in Derek Barnes in pass in rushing the passer. Although Jalen Reeves-Maybin did have that one big sack.
Yeah, he did. Jerm's been good, man. When he's getting his opportunity, he's been good. Like Derek Barnes, and two with Derek Barnes out with Rodrigo. You know what that actually might mean? You know who might be activated on Sunday? Trevor Nowatzki. Trevor Nowatzki.
Possibly.
You might see another SVSU man playing, putting the pads on. We'll do one more. Robert said, we'll wait till Nick gets back here because I don't know where he went.
Robert Lane's a Harry Mack fan, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, he said, will Arizona win the Alamo Bowl? Who are they playing? That's my question. I haven't really looked at college football yet.
I can't remember the Alamo.
The Alamo? The what?
Do you get it? Remember the Alamo?
No.
Come on, remember the Alamo.
I don't.
It's okay. It was before your time. Denver Blair, I appreciate you guys are going over. It's an early Christmas present. Thank you so much, man. Dave Jaremba says Branch will take care of Hawk. Definitely. Lorena Rios, Woodward Nights into overtime. I like that. Anakin Sky Ogre, you've been a really good part of this chat for a while. Thank you, man. You got a couple comments here. Ornery, U of M. Dad, use the poll to collect it. That's what we need to do.
All right, this is what we're going to do.
Corey Berry, let's go.
This is what we're going to do. If you want to enter for a chance to get a free parlay put in from me, instead of $25, I'll put 20 on. Everyone, if you want a chance on Twitter, at Booner Sports, just DM me, and I'll pick one person. I'm only going to pick one, and I'll put a $20 bet on my parlay on Sunday. We got to 135, 150. I'm sure it'll hit 150 by the end, by the end of the night tonight. So,
that's right.
Everyone just DM me. I'll put it in here at Booner Sports. I think this will work. At Booner Sports on Twitter. Just shoot me a DM. I will pick one winner. If you don't get a message back, it's because you just didn't get picked, but I'll have more chances. And we'll build our way up to 100. We'll build our way up, fellas. Yeah. We're getting there. What a great night. Shout out the Red Wings. Next time we see you guys, guess what? The Detroit Lions, hopefully, I'm not going to give it away and jinx it like Nick, but hopefully the Detroit Lions will have brought us the first division championship in 30 years. We appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you Tuesday, 8 p.m. No show Monday for Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas and enjoy it with family. We love you all.
Toodles, my G's.
They will be NFC North champions.
Decker. 63.